Hey guys, it's Ferociousllama. I'm here with another match with the Abzan Collected Company deck. We won the die roll, so we will play first. And I think this is the first game in this series. Well, no, first game one in this series where I didn't have to mulligan my first hand. So this is a respectable hand. We wish we had kind of a one mana bird or something, but this will do. We'll just play a fetch land turn one and then fetch land turn two, and we'll probably get like a godless shrine, and then we'll get a probably just a forest on turn two, so we don't have to take a bunch of shock damage. Unless we can find out what our opponent's playing, which it's probably going to be difficult on turn one. And there's nothing in Modern that could stop our fetch land at on one mana. So, okay. Whew, I was getting a little worried there. Alright. You know what? Maybe we should just get a... we're only going to take one shock. So we're just going to get a Temple Garden. And next turn we'll get a... Overgrown Tomb. So... we could even not get an Overgrown Tomb and get a Gavany Township. I don't like that idea that much. We could just get a Swamp, in fact, because if we have a Wall of Roots, we can get green mana out of that. But then it's kind of a tough one, because then we're sort of relying on our creatures for mana, which I don't generally mind doing, but probably not a good policy. So I don't know if it's lag or if our opponent is, half asleep, which I've done before. I felt really bad. I was playing the other night, and in the summertime, I only work 4 days a week, so we work the same amount of work, but 4 days per week. And so by the end of the fourth day, I'm exhausted. So I was sitting here at my computer. We got kicked off. All right. So I got kicked off. I logged back on, but our opponent asked, looking for that land. And I told him that we got booted. So, sorry. And he's like, cool, no problem. And so we're back to playing. But anyway, I was saying while I was logging back in, is like, I was like, guys, our opponent taking forever. But we were the ones who got kicked off. But unfortunately, it happened the other night where I was like sleeping at my computer. I was just playing a game and I fell asleep. I totally dozed off, and I felt awful because my opponent's sitting there like sending me messages saying, "What, you gonna play, man? What's the problem?" And I was like dozing off. I felt a little bit bad for going into a game and being that tired. But he could be playing Merfolk, I want to say. It's definitely a possibility. I don't know if that's... I guess we'll just get we'll just get another Temple Garden, I guess. And then we will go Collected Company. Because we whiffed. Oh, we got a bird. We didn't completely whiffed, but we whiffed about as hard as you can whiff in a deck with 28 creatures. So that was pretty rough. That's the thing about Collected Company is it's not Birthing Pod. Yeah, I am fairly certain this is Merfolk, and what we should be able to do is hopefully he'll play like a Lord, and or okay, don't play a Lord. That's fine too. Um, I don't know. Um, he didn't play any Lords yet, so I guess. I mean, so all right, right here we can. I want to wait with Murderous Redcap to kill one of his guys. I suppose we can just Eternal Witness back our Collected Company. That sounds like a plan to me. Oh. I probably should have tapped one of the islands, but I don't think it really matters. I don't have anything to play. We'll definitely get our Collected Company back. Yes, we will use that ability. And then we pass the turn back because we don't have anything we can attack with. I mean, we have our bird hasn't been buffed up enough by our Gavany Township, but I gotta say, at least he uses 2 spreading seas on. He used his two spreading seas of the maximum 4 he's allowed on our Temple Gardens, and so we have a Gavany Township right now. Had we played that earlier, we would not have it, and we can actually activate it. So, all right, now this is okay with me because we're gonna red cap it to death, and hopefully, oh no, he can island walk us. In fact, I'm more comfortable with him doing this than just leaving his stuff up. Because he could kill us, and that's generally, generally not what we're looking to have happen, is our opponent to kill us. So, okay, well, hey, Razor Ridge Thicket. Not bad. Makes white mana, I like that. Alright, then we're going to go Murderous Redcap on the Lord of Atlantis. And kaboom! And that felt good. That felt real good. And now we'll just attack for 2. And now, as long as he does not have a Lord in play, we kind of have like an infinity blocker in our Murderous Redcap. And we also have Abrupt Decay. That's another important thing to point out. Is it's a little difficult to cast because he did double spreading seize us, but we do have our Wall of Roots and we have a Bird of Paradise. So yeah, that's fine. He can do that. Sure. Yeah, that's a little rough. Okay. All right. We're gonna go black and a green. Abrupt Decay is guy. And then now let's see. 2, 3, 4. We can attack for 6. Actually, I really like that. Actually, we can make it 7. Because what we do is we'll tap this for white. We'll use that for... Oh, did we use that already? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we'll just use our bird for green, colorless, and put a +1/+1 counter on everything. And then our Wall of Roots also gets a +1/+1 counter. It's kind of a weird deal on there now because it's got 2 different kinds of counters on it, but... and then we'll attack for 6. And then next turn we'll attack for like 10. Because we'll attack for 4, 4, and then 2 with our bird. Because we will have not used our Wall of Roots. And we'll Collected Company probably. If we don't Township. It depends on what our opponent does. But if he's got another Lord and attacks for 3 again, then I guess. But we may actually hold off. on... We may actually hold off. Sure, Master Waves, he gets 3 tokens. That's kind of a lot, but... Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of tokens. Alright, a swamp. Swamps are good. So we've got 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, including our Gavany Township. And we need 5 to activate Gavany Township. Alright. So he can attack us for 6 next turn, which is a big old problem. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to play Anafenza for 2 mana. Now we have 6 more mana, so what we're going to do is we're going to go Tarmogoyf. And then we're going to go Collected Company. Oh, and all we got was an Anafenza. Guy, that's 2 whiffs. Guy, that really kind of changes this from... Oh, wow. That was terrible. Doesn't matter which one we keep. And we'll just give our... let's see, what has a toughness of 1? We'll just bolster our bird. Maybe it should have been Anafenza, but I don't think it really matters too much at this point. But at least we're trading spirits, 2 for 1. And if he kills the red cap, that's perfectly okay. Because we can, when it comes back, we'll kill another elemental. And then build a pump it next turn with Gavany Township and win the game, hopefully. Okay. So our opponent will take 4. Okay. Now... Alright, yeah, our opponent really didn't have a very fast draw, but he's been beating us down with his Mutavault, and we did take a lot of damage from our lands, so now we know for next game, whether we win or lose, don't take so much damage from our lands, and we're going to stick with pretty much the basics, and if we need what we need, So let's see. What can our opponent do now? Can he kill us? If he's got another lord, he can kill us for sure. It doesn't look like he has another lord. And we can block his 3 tokens, so we will be... Oh, crap, that guy's a 4/4. Because he's also elemental. Okay, so we didn't win this one. I didn't realize that he was also an elemental. But it's not like we could have done anything about it anyway. Hey, Merfolk's a good deck. That's why people play it. And this deck is sort of, Alright, we're going to put in some Slaughter Packs, some Path to Exiles, because his deck is much less good when he does not have Lords in play. So we're going to cut 2 Anafenzas because we saw what happens when you get 2 of them. It's just not that good. And we're going to cut a red cap because he's not that good either. And we're going to cut a Court of Calling. Just because he's probably going to have some counter spells, and we'd prefer not to have... we'd prefer not to have all the chords, because if he has things like a remand, it's just a pain, because we'd have to tap our... it's just a pain to have to get a big spell like that countered. There's a great cost involved, and we want to avoid the screwage that comes with that kind of a cost. Alright. Well, we've only got 2 lands, but one of them is Bird of Paradise. Well, one Bird of Paradise, rather. And a Gavany Township. We're going to keep this. We're going to roll some dice. See how it goes. Maybe if Moto will stop lagging. Alright, there we go. And I'm almost thinking we should get a Temple Garden, but we're not gonna, because if he's gonna turn something into an island, it can be a forest. He's probably gonna do the Gavany Township, but next turn we'll have 3 mana, so we can always play our Slaughter Pact, which is always nice. So, okay. Well, let's throw down a Goyf. The old Tarmogoyf there. It's actually I went out and picked up the new Modern Masters ones because I always do that, and but I don't know, love the art on it. I think it's super cool art. It's just screaming and yelling. The other one's kind of like a messed up bear of some kind, I think, for the original art. And I really like this art because it's just this giant monster that's coming out of the ground, just coming to get you. All right. Do we need to kill that thing? I don't think so. Not at this exact moment. So let's see. We've only got 4 mana. I'm just trying to think, what can we get with our Court of Calling, if anything is worthwhile. Nothing I can think of right now. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pass the turn. And now what we can do is, even if he plays a Lord, he'll attack into our Tarmogoyf, and we'll path the Lord. That's fine. We're going to Abrupt Decay that, by the way. Now, I'm kind of thinking... Well, we could Abrupt Decay, but that doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's fine. Not a whole bunch we could do to that. Alright, we're going to block. And then what we're going to do is we're going to Abrupt. Oh, crap. That's not going to work, is it? Because we don't have green mana anymore. Okay. Original plan. Path is Guy. We could have also Slaughter Pacted, but I don't know if that's... I don't know. Alright, we will attack for 2. Yeah, we're in kind of a rough place now that he played that Spreading Seas on us. Sure. Silvergill Adept. Go ahead and draw your card. I don't know, Merfolk's an interesting deck. Red or green, oh, sure. That's fine. Sure. Alright. This is risky. I always hate doing this when we're relying on a creature. We're relying on a creature to make our black mana, so if you got like a Vapor Snag, we just lose. Alright, we don't lose. Thank goodness. Alright. Alright. Oh, we got green mana again. Good old green mana. Nice. Alright, and let's see. I think next turn, because we'll have our bird available for black mana, and we will kill his Ether Vial. Sure. So he's got 3 devotion right now because of his Spreading Seas. 4 or 5 devotion. Wow, okay. Not bad. I'm just thinking if all right, well, that's a terrible draw. I guess we're gonna have to. We're just gonna sit back and do nothing this turn because we're really quite screwed on color right now, which is unacceptable. But that's how it is. And he's got another Lord right here, I'm sure. And yeah, this is what Merfolk does, my friends. But hopefully what we'll be able to do is block, kill one of his lords, block the other one because it'll lose Island Walk because they all give other Merfolk Island Walk. So if one of the Master of the Pearl Trident or the Lord of Atlantis were dead, the other would not have. Okay, well, that's no longer an issue. We can't win this game. He's just got too many lords, and we didn't draw any of our colors, and we drew, essentially pretty poorly.